Hello again. I've been requested by Dan Kosma and also Spike Jack, um, following up my last video regarding the two watches, and they've asked me certain questions which I hope to cover them in this video. Um, Dan wanted to know which one feels better, what is my oval preference, and also the ETA movement, bracelet, etc. Okay, if I start with the movement, the Sopras against ETA, um, it's really hard to tell at this moment which one is running smoother. Obviously, the Sopras is much high quality movement, but the ETA 2893-2 on the GMT is also very, very good quality. And I haven't had any problems in terms of losing time on either of them. They've so far been working great. Now, one thing I have to say about the GMT, the bezel, I wish that it was luminous like the one here on the 500. It's not, and sometimes on the light you lose around this area here. You can't read. Sometimes, I've found when I'm driving, if I sort of look for time and look at the bezel, depending how the light is shining on it, you lose half of it. Not as clear as the 500, and of course it is luminous, so you can read it in the dark. So for that, the 500 wins. Of course, in terms of weight, again the 500, because of the titanium, it's much lighter. So in terms of wearing, I prefer the 500. Now, the bracelet, because I think there was the issue. Now, because of the material, the titanium, the bracelet, feels a little bit much lighter. Could give that sort of feel that it's cheaper material, but it's not. And with the clasp, I don't find any problems whatsoever. I'll show you. I'll put it on my wrist, and it sits tight there. So now there's no hair pulling on my wrist. Mind you, I don't have a lot of hairs on my wrist, so there's no pulling, and it just sits comfortably, and it really looks gorgeous. I mean, I like the 500 more and more. It's one of those watches that it grows on you. My initial thoughts was it's a bit grey, matte, but I really love it. It's classy. I've tried with the rubber, but I think I would only wear that perhaps in the summer, when I'm swimming or on the beach, so that you don't scratch the titanium strap. But as an everyday wearing it, I'd much prefer with the original titanium. It just looks classy and different. It's really different people have been asking me questions about the watch because it does bring some attention. So at the moment, I'm trying to give both equal wrist wear, but I'm sort of beginning to pull towards more and more to the 500. Is, it's slightly, I feel, better quality. It's different. The dial, really, it's easy to read. I have no problem in reading it in all light conditions, and of course, if it's in the dark, then the luminance is quite bright, and it's really a nice watch. So at the moment, I would say this is my favorite. Now, the GMT. Don't get me wrong, I love this watch. It's a beautiful watch. It's well made. The strap is solid. Again, that's the clasp. Nothing wrong with the clasp. It feels solid. I know there was some videos where this bit inside was eating into the wrist, and people didn't like it. But I believe since then Steinhart has shortened this a little bit, and I'll show you it. It sits comfortably on my wrist. I've got a 7.5-inch wrist, and it just sits beautifully. I'll show you. Clicks, and you see you can't see. Let's see if I can show you. No, I like wearing a bit tight, but it sits perfectly. It's not eating into the skin, and it feels solid, feels comfortable, and I like it. I like the watch very much, and I will keep it and alternate on different days, different moods, and I love it. I tried with the black rubber Steinhart bracelet, which is very good quality, and it smells like vanilla type of smell. You almost want to eat it, so it's really good. But again, I think it's a strap for holiday time, on the beach, if you're swimming, whereas really for everyday use I prefer the metal. And I've just sent for some NATO straps. I've sent for a handmade leather strap to wear with this with the GMT, and once I receive it, hopefully soon, I will post another video with that strap on. So basically, both watches are of excellent quality. Really, they are. This is the ceramic bezel here. It's very nice. Gives that quality feel to the watch. I just wish that it's different bezels, because they have different functions, because on this one you can use for the third zone time, but if they could get closer to the quality on the 500, then this would be excellent. My overall preference at the moment, Ocean 500. As the time goes on, It's, growing on me considerably, and I just love it. And this, the GMT again, excellent watch, but I think I will use it as second preference. So now I'm just gonna try to give you a close-up look, see if you focus the camera. Really, for those who are considering buying the Ocean 500, I think you'd be very, very, very pleased. I think this is for the price and the quality. It's a fantastic watch. Really is. But even more so, if you wear it with the original strap. One of the things that I could never understand is, and I would have loved to, you see the crown there. Wouldn't it be nice if they could, if I can focus? It'd be nice if they could line the logo, not on its side, but on upright. And it's the same thing for the GMT, if you can see it. You see, it doesn't line up right. I've seen some comments and say, well, would you expect for the price? But I don't think it's got anything to do with the price or with the quality of the watch. I just think it's the alignment of the just give you a bit of. Again, if your preference is for the GMT, it's still a lovely watch. I've got the don't have it now because I've sold it. The Christopher Wood Pro Series 60, and although, and again, an excellent watch, excellent quality, a bit more expensive, more warranty. This is a 2-year warranty. The Christopher Wood offers a 5-year warranty, but I'm having more fun wearing these watches than I did with my Christopher Wood Pro Series Pro 60. So, and this is my first time that I've owned the Steinhart watches, and I think they have good value, good quality, excellent quality. So there you are. Thank you for watching. So this is going to be, at the moment, is my number one. That's what I wear most of the times, and when I come home I wear this for a few hours, and I can't wait until I get my NATO leather strap to put it on, because I think it's going to look really, really nice. The lumens, it's not as, of course, as bright as this one, as the Ocean 500, but it's okay. It's fine, and the date is nice and clear. It's good. I'm happy. Well, thank you. I hope I've answered most of your questions on both watches. If you have any more questions, please don't hesitate to ask me, and I hope that I can answer them more. And as I say, both watches now will stay in my collection, and again, number one, number two. So you can't go wrong with this watch. It's extremely good buy. So is so is the GMT if you want to watch GMT watch.